if f of x equals this equation, g of x this equation, and h of x this equation, find f of g of h and g of or h of g of f. Are they commutative? That means do you get the same answer when you find both? So let's first start with f of g of h, which is this is another way you could write this, just like that. Excuse me. Sorry, I need to put this on the inside. 1, 2, 3. Like that. So I'm taking, first off, what I would do is this would start with the outside. F is the outside, so I'd have 3, and instead of x, I'd replace that, and I'd put g in. And so at this stage, I'd replace with g, which is 2, but instead of an x here, I replace that with h, which is x plus 1. And now I continue on with g, which was minus 1 here. And then I continue on with f, which was plus 4, squared plus 4. So this is my equation. So let's start from the inside out. Parentheses first. I can't do anything inside this parentheses. It's not any risen to a power, anything like this. So I continue on. I'm inside this parentheses now. So I'm still doing PEMDAS right here. What am I doing when I'm saying these terms? I'm doing PEMDAS. Start with parentheses. I can't do anything inside that one, but I can inside this parenthesis. So I'm doing the P step inside this green parenthesis right there. So the 3 remains unchanged, but inside that parenthesis, 2 distributes, and so I have 2x plus 2. That's from there and there. And then I'll have this minus 1. It remains unchanged, so let me put it in blue so we don't get confused. And then I have this squared plus 4. Now I can reduce this again, so I can still work in this parenthesis. So inside here, I can subtract that and say this is 3 times, I want to stay consistent, 3 times, nothing happens to the 2x. I can say this plus 2 minus 1 becomes just simply plus 1. Now I'm going to square this, plus 4. Now that was the parenthesis step here. Both of these were P's for parentheses. Okay, so I've done a parenthesis step here, I did a parenthesis step here. Now I'm going to do my exponent step, which means I'm going to have the 3 remaining unchanged, but now it's an exponent on a parenthesis, so I'm going to write this parenthesis twice. So it's 2x plus 1 times 2x plus 1, and then I'll have the plus 4. Now I've done the exponent. Now I go on to multiplication. So if I multiply, I have, you can work left to right here. So I'm going to multiply this one first. So I have 6x plus 3, 2x plus 1, and 4 doesn't change. This didn't actually change, so I should have kept this green. Or in this case, it was blue. Sorry. 2x plus 1, like that. Okay, now we multiply again. So I'm doing another multiplication step here. And so this time I would go FOIL method. So 6x times 2x is 12x squared. 6x times 1 is plus 6x. 3 times 2x is plus another 6x. And then 3 times 1 here is positive 3. Now we multiplied, and I still have this plus 4 out here. Now that I'm here, I can go, I don't have any division, but I can add. So I'm now in the addition step. What am I left with? I'm left with 12x squared plus 12x plus 3 plus 4 is plus 7. All of this is f of g of h of x. Now let's go over and we'll try the opposite. We're going to try now h of g of f. All right, so this time I start with h. H is x plus 1. So right away, I'm doing a parenthesis. So I have a parenthesis, and now I do g, which is 2 times, and then an x. So instead of x, I now replace this here, 3x squared plus 4. And now the typed in, or I have f inside of g, I complete g, which is, I need to have a -1 here. And then I plug, and now I continue on with h, which is a +1 on the outside. All right, so PEMDAS again, I don't have any, let's see, inside the parentheses, cannot reduce that. So then I go on to this parenthesis, and I can. I would have, on the outside, I can multiply there. So this stays the same, and I'll go this color. This becomes 6x squared plus 8. And you multiply here and here. And then I'll also have this -1 that did not change, so let's bring that down. And now that it's all just addition and subtraction, I have nothing multiplying, whatever, I can take away the parentheses. So basically, this -1 and +1 will simplify it out. So you're left with 6x squared plus 8. And that is h of g of f of x. Now, I know which one was simpler to do. It was the second, this order, obviously. Are these answers the same? No, so these are not commutative. Since f of g of h of x, there we go, does not equal h of g, I'm running out of room, of f of x.